Good morning. It's 10:05 and I've just set off. I've literally been on the road for 3 minutes and 49 seconds and I've done 1/10 of a mile. Heading upstream, so south, up into the clouds basically. Over to Italy. I was quite nervous this morning, but I feel quite excited now. So, without further ado, I'm going to get on the bike and ride until I get home, or until the bike breaks, or until I end up in a coffin or something. So, there it is, all there. You got the tent there. That's mostly food in there, which I should get rid of. That's the tripod, which is probably a bit of a excess weight, but it allows me so much more possibilities for exciting filming, so that's going to be a good learning curve. Looking downstream, north to where I'll eventually be heading. But hopefully go south first and do a bit of Italy. So that's it. There's nothing more I can do apart from pedal. So that's it, and we'll speak in a bit. So cheerio. Right, it's 12:20 now. I've only done about 10 miles, but I'm following this cycle track. It sort of goes up there. It's nicer than the main road. Oh, I'm just in this thing. It isn't really raining now. It's just dull and miserable. For some reason the Sigma stopped and then restarted itself again, so I don't know what's happened there. But it saved the ride, so I haven't lost any data. Well, this is it for the first day. Pretty poor from a weather point of view. I'm just going to keep going slowly. I want to be finished by about, I don't know, 6 at the 7 at the latest. So I'm going to carry on and speak in a bit. So cheerio. Afternoon. It's about 4 o'clock. No, it's not. It's 5:20, and there's been a lot of changes which have happened since the last time. The most major and inconvenient one is the rack is broken. Just there. I must have hit a bump, because it's also knocked the wheel more out of true. Also my knee's playing me up again. So there's that, and the GPS has been playing up, and I took it to the shop to ask for my money back, and they wouldn't do it because I've posted the receipt and the box packaging back to England, so I understand why they won't do it. But that's a bit disappointing with that GPS. So I'm riding back into Salzburg now, just up there. You can see the fortress, I think. Can you? No. So I'm going back up there, and I'm going to find a hotel or something. So yeah, it's a pity. I don't know whether the trip will be over before it's even begun. But it's not looking good at the moment. I'm not going with a broken rack like that, definitely. And then there's a wheel to consider. And my knee's playing up and I've only done 40 miles, so we'll see. I'm gonna book 3 nights in a hotel, I think. There's a couple of nice ones, 3 stars around where I am, so I'll do that. So then, I'll get off to Salzburg and I'll speak in a bit, so cheerio. Right, the entrance down there. This is the first floor. Cool door there. It's the lift. Stairs onto the second floor. Really cool old building, first built 1429. now up onto my floor, right at the very top. Only 2 rooms up here. Just down the step. Oh, this is the lift. I'll show you the lift because it's quite cool. Look at the shape of the lift. There's just a bit there. Woo-ah. Anyway, back into my room. Down another step. And here we are. Right, so that's the stuff there. To leave the bike downstairs. That's the double bed. Nice bathroom. It was very nice. Skylights. And the 2 windows there which look over the rooftop onto Kapuzinerberg. Oh, you can't really see Kapuzinerberg very well, to be honest. And that's it, so I'm booked in here for 4 nights. And it's very nice. I do like it. Yeah, very nice. On television, so I'm just going to see what that's like. And we'll speak in a bit, so cheerio. So, that's it, and that's the last cycling video I filmed in Salzburg on the 29th of June. And I decided to pack Eddie up and post him back, and I returned to England myself on the 3rd of July. I always look back on the events of this day with a fair amount of shame, which I don't believe to be too misplaced actually. Looking back in hindsight, it is obvious that Eddie didn't fit me properly. The gearing was incorrect, it was too high, and I had too much luggage. I also knew this at the time, or had the inklings of it, but I stuck with the system that I had, in the knowledge that it was pretty flawed. And I don't mention it in the video, but I distinctly remember feeling a great deal of fear. I suppose it's natural, but I let it overwhelm me, and the fear stemmed from the magnitude of the task of planning a 2,000 plus, possibly 3,000 tour back to England. And the fact of me quitting did cast a cloud over the whole experience, which is, as time passes, it's blowing away, so that's pretty good. The simplest solution would have been to buy a triple chain set in Salzburg and a new rack, or maybe a new bike altogether. And I had the opportunity to do this, thanks to friends at Gran Turismo, but instead took the easy option of flying back, which I still regret, to be honest. I wouldn't do this now. Even though right now I couldn't afford to buy a new bike, I would go with the right equipment in the first place, and with a different mindset, one which is braver and hopefully more long-term oriented, because the short-term anxiety and physical pain is much less severe than the years-long regret which I've felt. But one advantage of regret is that it can be turned into ambition, and that, coupled with my growth of experience in touring and cycling over the past few years, means that I'm ready to attempt a big tour again and recreating the similar route. And rewatching and compiling this series only fuels the fire more. So by the time this video airs in September 2025, I should have already completed my tour and have made the film and have it uploaded. But right now, as I'm talking, in December 2024, I'm still injured actually, and I'm making plans and doing my best not to quit when it all gets too hard. And the reason I made this side series was because purely out of the boredom of sitting around with an injured ankle. So I really hope you enjoyed this little series or the side series, and thanks very much for watching. I certainly enjoyed making it, and I hope to see you next time. And until then, be brave.